Welcome to this demo of Agility and Control through Business Process Automation. In this demo, we will cover what documents are needed to define the process, how those documents are translated into an automated business process model in BPMSuite and Business Central, how business logic is added to the model, how the model can be tested, changing the logic, adding a human task, and reporting on the business activity monitoring dashboard. Developing an automated business process begins with the business process owner and the business analyst laying out the process flow using a tool like Visio. Next, define the type of task that will occur in the flow. In this example, the process will begin with a rule event, the task with the spreadsheet symbol. Depending on the decision in the rule task, the process will proceed either to the script task with a cog in the upper left, which will send an acceptance message. The other path will reject the claim. In this process model, there is a rule task, so the process owner and the business analyst will need to define the business logic. Typically, business uses a spreadsheet, like the one shown here, to capture logic as a decision table. The format is easy to read and understand. It is also familiar to the business. When these documents are complete, they are sent to an analyst developer who will actually create the automated process. The analyst developer receives the document and begins creating the process by selecting Authoring, Project Authoring, then New Item, Business Process from the Business Central. This opens up a canvas with a single start event. Using the model created before, the user creates a new task, a gateway, and then two more tasks, and we're going to make the flow look a little nicer. And each of the tasks will end with a termination event. Now we need to define what type of tasks we want those to be. The first, according to the model provided by the business, is a rule task. We will add those rules from the spreadsheet that was provided. In thinking about the rest of the process, it might be a good idea to have both accept and reject create a message. Typically, we would discuss this with the business stakeholder. In this case, they approve, so we add a script task to each branch. Then we labeled the model. So the rule task, we'll call it Determine Claim Eligibility. And we will have a reject as well as an accept. Now we will add some business logic by uploading the decision table that we saw earlier. So we select the file for that spreadsheet and upload it. And if we open the Source tab, we can see that the rules have been automatically created without entering a line of code. Now that we have created our process and task and business logic, we could go ahead and test it. From the menu bar, we are going to choose Process Management, Process Definitions. We will then see a list of process definitions, including the one we just created. We select the one and click on the arrow button to the right-hand side. Make the amount of the claim of $35,000 because our rules set a limit of $40,000. We hit Submit, and the process runs. We can confirm this by going to the Options menu to the top right, and we see the process model with the approved path being grayed out. We can repeat the process with the test, but this time with $45,000 as the claim amount. And then we will see the process model with the reject path being gray. Change is a constant in business, but making changes to process management application has until now been difficult and time-consuming. Using Business Central, let's add a human task to our model. The human task will check a rejection and have a human operator confirm that the claim is rejected. Using our existing model that we have built previously, we're going to make some room to add a new task. We're going to remove the current association. Using the same drag and drop function, we're going to add a new task. This time, we're going to associate the new task with the existing reject script task. We're going to make the new task a user task. And we're going to call it review claim. Once that's done, we could go ahead and test it. We go into Process Management, Process Definitions. Just like before, we go ahead and kick off the process instance. And we're going to enter 45,000 as the claim amount. We go into the Options menu, Process Model. Now something's a little different. The path has gone into Review Rejection, which is a human task, the new one that we just added. Now we go to Task List, and we see that we have the Review Rejection human task. We could claim it, complete. Now we have completed the task. If we go back to our Process Management, Process Instances, now we see the completed process instances. The latest one is the one that we just finished. If we go into the process model, we could see that the path has executed fully with the rejection. Another type of change is change to the business logic. Using Business Central and the spreadsheet that was created, we could change the rules by modifying the logic, reload the spreadsheet, and then we will see that the code has changed without having to edit it directly. What we currently have in our spreadsheet is the claim amount of 40,000. We're going to change it to 20,000 in the spreadsheet. We will save it. Then we go back to our Business Central, Authoring, Project Authoring. We're going to upload this new version of spreadsheet with a claim amount of 20,000. After we have uploaded the newer spreadsheet, we go into the Source tab. Now we can see that the claim amount has been updated to 20,000. Being able to capture metric is critical to management. We have run through processes a number of times now. Through Dashboard, Process and Task Dashboard, the user can select its criteria to review charts and tables that provide feedback for process improvement. We could filter the dashboard by process end date, user or role, process start date, and the process itself. On the dashboard, we could have charts as well as tables. We could see instances by process, instances started by user, task by status, number of task instances, number of tasks per user, task started by date, task completed by date, task duration, task by status. Also, we could see process instances by status, process initiated by date, process completed by date, as well as process duration. Thank you for watching this demo using JBoss BPM Suite at Red Hat.